Hello everyone, my name is Moritz. This is my first video that I'm going to make for you, and I hope there will be a few more to follow. I'm really excited to do this. I really feel desire to just speak and talk about some of these things that I have been thinking about for a long time, that I have been dealing with for a long time. And this is kind of like my way of like digesting a lot of things, and I hope to inspire some of you through these talks. um, I want to just say straight away, like, everything I say is supposed to be an inspiration. It's not supposed to be a rule or anything. So if you're interested, listen, but everything I say, take it as an inspiration. Like, listen and feel into whether this is true for you. This is not a suggestive video. Like take everything I say and process it through your own mind and feel whether there is something in this that is true for you, and or if you have questions, or if you have things where you're like, this is absolutely rubbish, it doesn't apply to me at all. That's absolutely fine. I think that's the most healthy way to work with this, rather than like regarding um, the person that speaks as someone um, who is making up a rule, or who is like putting down the law, right? Like, I believe firmly that we all have the same capacity, and we all are experiencing this life, and we all have opinions and ways to think about it, but ultimately we're all talking about the same thing, and no one knows more than the other person, really. So I'd invite you to have this, even though it is a video, have this be a conversation that you are having with me, rather than me trying to educate you about something. The topic that I want to talk about is a very classic topic that I have given a lot of thought and that I've felt into for many years, and which is very simple: the topic of being in the now. A lot of books talk about it. A lot of people talk about it. I think it's a brilliant topic. It's very important, especially nowadays where things are really stressful, where everyone is like trying to achieve a lot of things. We're all kind of like goal driven. I think it's very important to come back to the now and be present in the moment. Is really a way to take a break and start to see things clearly again, the way they are, rather than the way we want them to be, or with our expectations and all that. Like, it's a way to really clear ourselves from the images that we are having that fog us a little bit. Anyway, this is a topic that everyone has to feel into. Everyone has to find out. There's a lot to feel and find inside that topic. And I want to talk about one particular angle of this, which can be a little bit of a trap. And I've been observing that in a lot of conscious communities and a lot of practitioners of meditation. I think a lot of people like to go and fall into that trap, and that is to use the concept, because it is a concept, in a certain way. Like, if I am present, if I am in the now, then I just am that. The minute I am thinking about that, so let's say, for example, oh, you should be more in the now, then it is a concept. It becomes a concept that I'm trying to impose upon myself or on the other person. And when that happens, we often use this spiritual idea or concept in order to escape from something, which is happening in the present moment. So for example, a certain pain that I'm feeling that happens right now in a relationship. So for example, someone is complaining about something, like he's trying to give me some information about something that person is feeling. Maybe it regards me, it regards my behavior, and then I respond with, "Oh, you should be more in the now. This all you talking about is in the past. Um, like, do not be in the past. Like, come back to the now. Really, there is not really a problem here. Like, do you see that? See, that is a way in which I'm using a spiritual concept in order to escape. I'm not really present with that person, but I am using this supposedly good knowledge in order to gaslight the person, like trying to brush over something that is really happening. So um, so I'm using it as an image to get away from the now, actually, which is kind of contradictory. I'm using the idea of being in the now in order to not be in the now. Um, so that is just one way. Another way is the way I work with myself. So we all have thoughts, and a lot of what I used to hear when I think about my path with coming into the now has been for a long time that I would ignore everything I think. I would just try to push it away, being like, no, these are thoughts. This is not present. This is not in the now. They are all from the past. I have to suppress them. I have to push them out to be back in the now. And I would always have like this slight daunting feeling that I would suppress something, that I would forget something that is very crucial, very important. And that is also what happened. What happened through that is that my life started to become very dramatic because I would suppress very important things that would happen for me through the concept of being in the now, and they would grow in the background so drastically that eventually they would come out explosively, like an explosion, when the topic got really to a degree where it could not be hidden anymore. And that is a way in which I'm again using this concept of being in the now in order to not be in the now, in order to ignore what is happening and suppress what is happening, just so I feel safe. Like I'm not dealing with the things that are happening in the now. I'm not responding anymore. I'm kind of like using the concept as a hideaway. So here there will be a lot of things that like may come up for you, but think of it like this: you're walking over a street and a car is approaching. It's a similar situation. It's just an analogy to this, but you could be regarding the fear that arises, that you're in danger. You could disregard it and be like, hey, this car hasn't hit me yet. I'm in the now. Yes, that is true. But still, the fear has a certain validity. It is trying to communicate something to you. It is trying to communicate to you simply, you're like, yes, okay, you're in the now, there's nothing happening yet, but I'm feeling that we are in danger. We should move our butt off the street. So what I want to say with this is being in the now doesn't mean suppressing your fears and suppressing your desires, right? There's in that moment there's a desire to move, and there's a fear that is coming up, that is alarming us. So there's nothing wrong with these two particular things. It is actually the suppression that will lead us into a tricky situation. So being present means being in the now, means being aware of these things. Like, it doesn't mean just being physically here in the now, but it also means being aware of what is happening in my psychological self. What fears am I having? What desires am I having? And being really open to them. It doesn't mean now to go into the fear and start, based on the fear, a whole new kind of thought process. I could stand on the street and be like, that person should not drive that fast, and like blah 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 blah, make up a whole new realm of thoughts. That's another way of trying to fight with what is actually happening. What is happening is just this car is coming, it's approaching, there's nothing I can do about that except move myself into a different location. So I would invite you to think about that and feel into whether there is some sort of preference, a filter that you're having when you are trying to be present. Is there a filter that says, these thoughts I like to listen to and these thoughts I don't like to listen to? Or even when it goes outside of me, these people I like to listen to and these people I don't like to listen to, and start to notice that. Because this is how we are creating a sensor that is basically filtering us from really being in the now, really being present with all of the experience, not just with a fraction that I feel comfortable with. Yeah, that's a huge topic, and I'd invite you to feel sensitively into this topic, and increase the sensitivity that you give your mind. There's a tendency that we are like quickly brushing things off by saying, oh, this is true, or this is not true, this is right, or this is wrong, right? But like, can we be sensitive enough that we are looking at all the facts and at all of the experience? That means everything that comes my way, every person that speaks to me, every signal that I'm getting, every fear, every desire, all of it. Can I take it all and look at it, observe it, value neutral, and just be like, okay, what is all of this? And then from there, take a next step based on having seen the whole picture, rather than just my preferenced takeout. Yeah, I think that's that. Thank you for watching. Please share your feedback, your thoughts. I'm very happy and open to respond to you personally. You can also text me personally, whatever you like. I love talking about these things, and I love going a little bit deeper into this subject. So I hope I see you again next time, and yeah, keep watching. Thank you.